Hey, it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. How to let go of codependency. How to let go of really thinking or worrying about what the narcissist or the psychopath thinks. How to let go of people pleasing. Oftentimes the case is that in a relationship with a narcissist, the role of the target, quote unquote, the supply, quote unquote, the victim, quote unquote, is one of essentially a people pleaser. In other words, working to take care of them, working to supply their needs. We're talking about something different than just a usual relationship. Yes, relationships are beneficial. There's reciprocity. There's a two-way street. It's kind of like, I scratch your back, you scratch mine, but there's a sense of balance. There's a sense of self-discovery with each other. There's a sense of, a commonality, a sort of peace, a sort of, enjoyment where you don't have to maybe impress the other. You don't have to please them. You don't have to deny yourself in order to be in a healthy relationship with them. You don't have to negate yourself. You don't have to feel like you're being criticized or condemned. You can be yourself without being worried. Those are kind of the hallmarks of really kind of a healthy relationship, where you can be yourself. You're not going to worry that you're being belittled, that someone is commenting about you, commenting about your car, commenting about your job, commenting about your income, commenting about X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, F, H, R, LMNOP. I mean, the narcissist will seek to essentially mirror so much criticism back. In other words, to try to keep you down, working harder, that you get into which is a situation which is known as codependence, where essentially, your role is that to take care of them, and you do not, are not permitted to receive in return. And why is this situation so uncomfortable? Why is this really so hazardous? How do we let go of being a codependent? We'll realize that when you are incessantly and chronically with a narcissist, someone who has discontent, someone who is really not quite happy, someone who you have to constantly impress, they mirror back this sort of situation like, you have to continue to work for me, you have to continue to work to please me. And it's this perpetual feeling like you have to constantly be on track with them, constantly trying to impress them, that it really becomes quite exhausting. And it becomes really what creates then an internal inside the person is that they are mirrored back a very sort of subtle sort of inadequacy, incompetency, and really what ends up happening is what I'm going to call basically a self-loathing. If you are not able to receive in the relationship, if you are not able to exist in the relationship and receive a sort of, comfort, a sort of acknowledgement, a sort of acceptance, and a feeling of belonging, and you're on this unequal playing field with this person, you are in the presence of a narcissist. It is very difficult to let these people go, because if this has been perpetuating within your personality for years and years, in fact, you can't remember the last time when you felt a sense of belonging and safety and okayness, because maybe you grew up in a situation where you had to be codependent, you had to be an adult before your time, where you had to look after the parents, where there was so much chaos, maybe there was so much drinking, there was so much hostility, there was so much anger and fighting and violence, domestic violence in the household, that you as a child had to straighten out the parents. You had to tattle one parent on the other, or if you had a very violent sibling who you constantly had to be on guard of, who was out of control, drinking or drugging again, etc. Your role in that family unit, you've got your little family, and then you became like the caretaker. You became the one who was the peacemaker. You became the one who had to make sure everybody else is trying to stay on track. You're not overeating, and you're not over drinking, and you guys need to keep the lights on. You guys need to stop blacking out. You know, I need some help with my homework. You know, can we possibly eat dinner as a family together? You know, can we possibly, you know, discuss something that relates to me in my life rather than just hearing about how horrible it is to be an adult? You know, these are the sort of feelings, experiences, and situations that go to create a codependency within a person. So it creates kind of a whole role. And it's been thought by psychologists that really the roles that we pursue later in life mimic and mirror and play out, essentially where we act out our original family role. So if we were in a situation in our original nuclear family where we had to take care of others, we had to look after others because there wasn't enough money, or there was drinking too much, or there was overeating, or, you know, bills weren't getting paid. There was a lot of lies going on, a lot of pink elephants in the room, so to speak. And that created a sense that we had to take care of them. We then take this into our future relationships. This feels normal. This feels comfortable. And so we fall right into the same codependent role, oftentimes which leads to being match made in heaven with this narcissist. In fact, the narcissist is oftentimes going to be looking for this type of person. They're like, wow, you know, my caregiver just arrived. My super vulnerable person who has a good heart and is used to taking care of others has just arrived on the scene. So the narcissist and the psychopath as well will definitely start to target these types of people who have that codependency streak kind of running through them more or less. So if this has been a situation where you've been victimized again and again and again, you're finding yourself in the same relationships where people cheat you, perpetrators violate you, people are not loyal to you, you know, you need to take a look at your codependency status and think, you know, is it time for me to let go of a victim mentality where I'm perhaps attracting as a perfect match these types of perpetrators and violators, so that I can continue to be the victim role again and again and again. And you need to be able to let that go and say, I'm absolutely positively done being a victim. I absolutely positively am not taking care of anybody else's needs in the deprivation of my own. I deserve to be treated with respect. I deserve to be treated with fairness. I deserve to be able to be listened to. I deserve to be heard. In fact, I deserve to have my needs being met. This is not me being a spoiled person. This is basic human dignity. This is a basic human right. And I deserve to be in a safe, secure, and peaceful surrounding. I deserve to not have hostility, yelling, fighting, constant conflict that never gets resolved, constant anger, constant negativity. I deserve better. I deserve to develop as a person. I deserve to be able to pursue my interests. I deserve to have friends who treat me with fairness and dignity and who will listen to me and I can listen to them, and then we can share common experiences. Letting go of the violators and perpetrators can be your number one greatest powerful move you make in your life to restore peace, harmony, and sanity to your life. Peace and harmony with you here today. I do hope these videos help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussions, and support.